Welcome back to this edition of Frontline.
Thanks, Francesca. Viewers may remember the issues between Marty Scurll and Kris Travis stemming from the conclusion of their tag team title tournament match at the Art of War. There were also issues between Joey Hayes and Sam Bailey for the exact same reason. As a result, FWA management booked them into a four corners match set for Hope and Glory. This match was intended to solve the differences between these men, but a no-show from Hayes turned it into a three-way dance, which may have only served to increase the tension between the participants, as you'll see from this week's first match.
This is a triple threat match set for one fall. Introducing first. Ladies and gentlemen, going to the ring at this time is representing the leaders of the new school. From Pembrokeshire, where tonight at 30 Storm, this is Marty Scurll.
British wrestling is under attack from a mysterious and powerful enemy. So tonight in Wolverhampton, the stars of the FWA must stand up against those who would knock them down and prove that the UK is still a land of hope and glory. Dave Bradshaw here at ringside alongside Chris, the Truth Lambert, and we are starting out tonight with a big triple threat match.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing the next competitor.
I know you live across the street in the indie record store, thinking someday that will be done, thinking we'll do something more.
From Retro Pop and coming from a nightclub near you. Winning tonight at 12 Storm, this is Super Styling Sam Bailey.
Well, Dave Bradshaw at FWA Art of War, we certainly saw some hope for the resistance when Leroy Kincaid won that 8-man tag team match. And we certainly saw some glory in the fact that he won. But as Marty Stone said, that result in the overall scheme of things did not mean anything, because this may not be a war the resistance can win. We will find out tonight at Hope and Glory.
Final competitor in this triple threat match. From Project Eagle and the centre of his own interest, winning tonight at 13 Storm, this is Kris Travis.
Well, as you say, Gregor, a big night ahead for the agenda and the resistance. So let's give this match the respect it deserves. And three of the top tag teams here in the FWA, each with scores to settle against each other. And to be honest, aside from the fact they're in a tag team, three of the finest young talents in the country.
Well, that's right. Kris Travis representing Project Ego, Sam Bailey from Retro Pop, and Marty Scurll from the leaders of the new school. It's bound to be an exhilarating matchup.
Well, all three of those tag teams you just mentioned were at least entered into the FWA Tag Team Title Tournament, which is ongoing. The final quarter-final of that tournament coming up later tonight. Two of the three teams represented here have been eliminated. Only Marty Scurll's team, the leaders of the new school, have qualified for the semis, beating Kris Travis's Project Ego at the Art of War in controversial circumstances.
Controversial, absolutely.
It looked like Scurll had a handful of trunks.
Well, there was no look like, Dave. I mean, I've reviewed the tape and there's absolutely no doubt whatsoever Marty Scurll cheated to defeat Kris Travis, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, again, Travis continuing to have beef with Scurll over the end of that match. He's talking about the trunks already. Scurll and Travis don't want Bailey getting involved. So a little bit of a tiff here.
I can't believe this argument's still going on. It was 2 months ago. They've obviously been thinking about it. And wounds run deep, Dave.
Well, Bailey just sent careering to the floor. These two just absolutely insistent on continuing this feud.
Sam Bailey out here right beside me, and not in a good way. He's taking a bit of a bad landing, and immediately we're going to see Scurll and Travis go at it.
The hard kick to the abdomen from Scurll, followed by a shoulder block. Scurll is instantly going to the ropes. Travis with the leapfrog. Scurll to the ropes again. And Scurll telegraphing. Travis went for the kick. And a slap across the face. Some real bad blood here. Bailey back in now. Bailey controversially losing, taking the pin for his team. Retro Bob against Northern Exposure in their quarter-final at the Art of War. Very controversial circumstances there. He may win it here, though. Crossbody only 2.
Well, this is the kind of fast-paced action you'll see in the Frontier Wrestling Alliance. Always like to start fast on these FWA shows, and certainly we're seeing an exhilarating, as I said before, an exhilarating pace at the start of this match.
Arm drag from Travis, and now got that. I'm trying for an arm bar, trying to hyperextend the elbow. Scurll and Travis continuing to argue. Believe it or not, despite the fact that they were disagreeing over the end of the match, they did actually shake hands at the end of that match at Art of War. Obviously, it looked like they'd made up, but clearly not.
Well, you know, Project Ego may be the ones with ego in their name, but I think egos are running wild for both these young men.
Kick from Bailey. Bailey doesn't like being ignored.
I'll tell you something, if Travis and Scurll can't get their minds on winning this match, it's going to play right into Sam Bailey's hands.
Well, Bailey was going to try and dive through the ropes, did a kick to the head instead, and now a neck breaker from Scurll.
Well, that's Travis's foot played right into Sam Bailey's jaw.
Attempted leapfrog. Travis didn't get all of it, but he got all of that. A backflip arm drag and a kick to the side of the head. Goodness.
Almost like a modified Spanish fly on the canvas, a somersault Japanese arm drag there.
Seeing some real aggression from Travis here, the kind of aggression he was showing when he was so angry at the result of that match. You know, Travis and his tag team partner Marty Scurll like to break the rules, but I was surprised that they couldn't take it as well as they give it, so to speak.
You know that result of that match where Marty Scurll cheated to beat Kris Travis, would you call that a travesty?
No.
I would call it a travesty of justice.
Because I'm not 12 years old.
What do you mean?
Playground humour. How long did you spend thinking that one up? Yeah, okay. Scurll trying to get in to break up the pin. Of course, it's triple threat rules here, so a pin on either of your opponents enough to win the contest.
I'll tell you what, it's been 2 months since that match which Kris Travis lost, eliminating Project Ego from the tag team tournament. As I say, he's probably dwelled on that result for 2 months, but he's also been spending that time, look at this, oh, nearly got the win. He's also been spending that time in the gym, Dave. I mean, have you ever seen Kris Travis? He looks like he's been carved out of marble. What shape this young man is in.
Travis certainly very well put together, as is Scurll and Bailey for that matter. It's unlike you to give Travis a compliment. It's almost like the moment he starts breaking the rules, a couple of eye rakes, suddenly he's your best friend.
You can find the next part of this episode of Frontline on the FWA YouTube channel now.
This is the resistance, and we need your help.